I pulled my notes.
Hey guys, welcome
Hi.
back to Better Read Than Dead. I'm MK.
I'm B.
Okay, so for what we're drinking today, mine is called Psycho Killer Cold Brew. I've been trying to stir it to get this bottom.
Looks like tea.
She's freaking out over it. Okay,
Tell me how it is.
I think it's vanilla cold brew with red velvet cold foam. I'm pretty
And tea.
positive. It's not tea, it's cold brew. It's just really sweet.
Because of the tea?
Yeah, because of the tea. It's just really sweet. All right, I don't know what you have. Scream Queen is what hers is.
It's got chocolate and strawberry, so.
I bet you yours is ultra sweet.
Yeah.
We don't usually get super sweet things. It'll be okay. This is our off-campus episode, much to my happiness, because this series means the world to me. Mainly just two of them, but it's okay. I love them all. I just have favorites. And you can tell whenever I give my answers.
Your favorite? I feel like I put Dean down.
I did too! All the things! Okay, we'll get to it. We're going to do superlatives for them at the end. But we figured I'm going to do not spoiler free, just like spoilers. Because I feel like if you haven't read this series by now, you live under a rock.
Also, I feel like if you read the back of the books, it just gives all of it away.
Yeah, anyway. Like you're going to know. There's no spoiler. Like there's no like plot twist. No. So,
yeah.
I have the Blue Edge section, and they're all signed because I'm extra and I had to go meet her because I love her so much. So, starting it off with the deal, Garrett Graham and Hannah Wells. I will die on the hill that Garrett Graham crawled so all other hockey boys could run. I genuinely feel like she is the queen of hockey only because she paved the way. She actually had the Body Check book that was republished.
But it's like older.
But it's older than these. These were 2015, I think, is when the deal came out. They aged well.
Yeah.
I feel like they aged really well. I know that there's some mixed reviews on this. So if you're watching this podcast and you have the reviews that you don't like this book, do not talk to me. Like, you can have your opinion. I will let you have your opinion. Do not talk to me because I will fight you. Garrett Graham is my baby, and I love him with my whole entire heart, along with Hannah. There's just, you can't beat it. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the book now because I had to just fangirl for a second. So Garrett is your playboy. Also, my one nail is not painted. All my other ones are. So if you see that, you don't. Is your playboy. He's the captain of the hockey team. He is failing a class that he has to pass to be able to play. And he can't even remember her name. That's like an actual like micro trope inside the book. It's like he couldn't remember her name. He thought it started with an M, I think. Like he thought it was like Mandy or Morgan or something like that. I think it's because it started with an M. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And so he asked her for help, and she's like, hell no, I have too much work to do on my own. Like, I don't have time for you. And so he like keeps blowing up her phone. He like stalks her in the fact of like he went to the study groups, got her number, where he could text her, and she's like, go away. He's like, do you not know who I am? She goes, I don't care who you are. So it is very cliche. It is your typical cliche book, but you can't go wrong. Like, you're going to eat it up and love it anyways. And then they kind of like fake date for a hot minute because she wants to date a football player, which in his eyes is like blasphemy. How could you want to date a football player instead of a hockey player? And Aubrey, if you're listening to this, no hate towards hockey players, okay? Hockey romance is my favorite. No, because they smell so bad. Because she just knows hockey really well.
Because she's in Canada.
Yeah, so she's like, they smell so bad. Like, there's nothing cute about a sweaty hockey player.
And they're missing teeth.
So she's like, no, ma'am. And I was like, I don't care.
I can see it just because they're missing teeth.
Leave it to my imagination that they are the best. Actually, my husband's like, why do you like hockey romance so bad? Because I live in Kentucky.
There's not hockey here.
Yeah, you just do what you do. It's fine. So they fake date, and then she kisses him to prove that she's a good kisser because he's like, there's a lot of banter, and the banter is so good. And then she also kisses someone else to prove a point as well, and that's probably one of my favorite scenes in this whole book because I also love that man with my whole life. And then they kind of end up together. It's a really great thing because he's like, fine, F it. If you don't want to date me, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, throws a real temper tantrum, a big baby temper tantrum. And she's like, dude, calm yourself. And that's basically the entirety of this book, is him throwing temper tantrums and her calming
Yeah,
him.
he is doing a lot.
He's very dramatic.
That's my only thing.
So
He's
dramatic.
doing too much.
He's so dramatic. And if you've read The Graham Effect, he's so dramatic.
He's still doing the most.
Doing the most. But he comes from there's a serious undertone with his dad and abuse, and I appreciated the way that it was done, because it is true, like, when you come from that, like, you're angry, but also, like, you make it a point to not be that person, and to set yourself apart from it. And then, like, if you're on TikTok, this is the infamous, like, where he put the hands off campus wide rule on her, and she's like, you can't tell everybody they can't date me. He's like, sure I can, baby. Like, it's great. So that's where this one is. The shower scene at the very end is also one of my favorites. Like, I just love this book. Like, I have the OG cover, and it's like fully tabbed out and fully annotated, and the spine is super worn because it's one of my comfort books. So 10 stars, 5 stars, 10 out of 10, recommend. I will take zero slander on this. Actually, my sticker is still on there from where I got it signed. I need to take that off now because I'm going to lose my mind. They're on all of them.
Oh, man.
It's okay.
Why did I say Tuesday?
I don't know.
Okay, so this is the second one. It follows Grace and John Logan.
Yes, I wrote their names down.
They only go, like, it's John Logan. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote their names down.
So they kind of hook up-ish at the beginning, and he's not really about it. And then
Logan's kind of a dick.
Yeah. He comes back, and he wants to be with her, and she's like, no. Like, you broke my heart. And she gives him this huge list of things to do to be with her, not to just sleep with her or like be her boyfriend. She's like, you need to do this before I even think about going on a date with you. So it's a second chance, I guess, in a way, kind of. I think Grace is really cute. It's between her and Allie being my favorite girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just think because, like, she knew what she wanted, and she did not settle, and she demanded respect, and
there's a reason why B's reviewing this book and not me.
So I really like that. And then I think the ending scene for this one is my favorite out of the whole series. When he calls the radio station that she works at.
Super cliche, once again.
I think they all are, though.
They all are. They all are.
You kind of, like,
you just dig
like
it.
That, and, like, if you're reading a rom-com romance, I kind of feel like you go into those books knowing that they're going to be a little cliche, and that's why you read them.
Yeah, and you power through these. Like, they're so easy to read, but they're so much fun.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I love them.
Logan, he comes from a alcoholic dad, so that's his little trauma on his backstory, and he kind of thinks, like, oh, after graduation, like, I'm going to play hockey in college, but then I'm going home. I'm going to take care of my dad because he can't take care of himself. Yeah,
so they're also bros. John Logan and Garrett Graham, they're like...
They're besties.
They're broken F-boy bromance is what they are, but baby broken boys.
Yeah.
Like...
It's not like dark romance broken.
No. It could have been, but that's not how Elle Kennedy rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so glad she let me have this one. Dean. As in my good friend Dean. This is this book. This is where Dean comes from. Also, I never picture Dean as blonde, but very clearly, if you're watching the video, he is.
I like picture him like blonde, but like
Rafe, dark.
Like Rafe from Outer Banks, like Buzz.
Okay, listen, Rafe from Outer Banks is Kel Cody.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So that's kind of what I picture.
I can't talk about that at the moment. I have to have a second to reset my mind because you said that. Now all I can picture is the actual love of my life. Just kidding, my husband. I love you so much. Because sometimes apparently he watches these. He told me that this morning. I was like, did you like it?
Oh, I sat down Ryan and Travis on Travis's TV. I'm like, give me the controller. Who wants to watch me and Michaela be famous? Play. And if they even like think about like looking away, I pause it and I'm like, rewind. Here we go.
I do not rewatch these. I only occasionally do to like get a screen snippet or something.
No, I don't really pay attention because I know what's going on. But I'm like, did you guys like that part?
That's so funny. Okay, so Dean and Allie, Alley Cat. That's what he calls her. And okay, let's talk about that for a second. Does Grace have a nickname?
I don't know.
Hannah is Wellesley. For the rest of her freaking life, she is Wellesley because her last name is Wells. And so then all of the hockey boys call her Wellesley. She's like the OG, like she's the girl. She's everybody's like little sister at that point, after like Garrett and them get together. Because she's just the OG girl, like the
And like
first
she moves
book
in
girl.
with them.
Yeah,
So they all live in a house together off
Yeah.
campus, hence off campus. So that's kind of,
yeah. So Hannah's like kind of like with The Devil's Night, how
Erica.
Erica's like the girl, like Hannah is, and she's such a solid character. Like there's nothing bad you can say about Hannah. Even Hannah as a mom in like The Graham Effect and so on, like she's just such a solid character, and I adore her. Because she just knows who she wants to be. Okay, Allie and Dean, because ADHD. I love Allie so much.
See, I don't know if she is my favorite or if Grace is.
Obviously, we're not going to consider Hannah in the favorites because she's the girl.
Yeah,
like
fair.
I feel like she just sets the tone. Allie is mine. This is my one that, like, honestly, I will tell you to skip John Logan's book because
you did tell me to skip it.
I'm so mean to him. I just think that he's a big baby and he treated Grace kind of dirty.
He really did.
We'll get to that later.
I think that's why I like a second chance romance, because Ryan is so good to me. I love you, Ryan.
He is the best.
He literally does no wrong, so I'm like, ooh, look how bad this guy is, and he's like, am I too good? I'm like,
no,
yeah,
don't.
But I like it.
Yeah, like, because if he didn't spoil her, like the queen that she was, she would cry her eyes out.
Like, if I know they just saw my face like drop.
She would cry her eyes out. Okay, Dean and Allie. Allie is Hannah's BFF. Dean is a part of the group, but he's really more close to John Tucker than he is Logan and Garrett. Dean is such an F-boy. Like,
sex machine.
He literally, I think you meet Dean in this book having sex with girls in the living room where everybody can see them. That's Dean. So Allie has like this super long relationship, on again, off again. He treats her like garbage.
What's his name? Like Sean, Seth?
I don't know. You kind of like him in this book, but you only see little bits and pieces of him. He's the one that tells Hannah that Garrett puts a hands-off rule on her campus-wide. So then you're kind of just like, oh, okay, like you kind of like him. But then you get to him in this book and you're like, no, you're a piece of garbage. I don't like you at all. Just thinking about the way that he talks to her just makes me want to throw hands. So she goes into like a witness protection weekend where she doesn't have her phone and doesn't talk to anybody because Hannah, Garrett, John, and Grace are all gone for the weekend to go to some game or something. I don't know. And so she goes to stay at their house so that way her ex-boyfriend can't come and find her because he would beg for her back and she would, cave because we're just girls. And obviously they sleep together because
doesn't she walk in like he's having a threesome, isn't he?
Yeah,
and she walks in for that. Yeah,
he's about to have a threesome, and she's like, "Y'all are gonna have to leave." Or actually, you can go upstairs. I'll be fine downstairs. I'll just watch a movie. You can take it upstairs. And he's like, "No, you've obviously killed it."
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like perfect like moment for them. I think
he's like, "No, you've obviously killed it." Then they get high and drunk, and she just rocks his world.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, Allie, I need you
again,"
and she's like,
"He doesn't do any repeats ever." And then he is low-key begging for it. Like, I mean, begging, like down bad boy obsessed right after the get-go. And he's like, I don't know. Like, and he's honest about it. Like, he's like, I don't know why I want you again, but I do. And
one thing I think I really also appreciated about Dean's book is that, like, I feel like all the guys almost have, like, some type of trauma.
Yeah.
But Dean doesn't really. No, he comes from, like, a good family, and I think that makes it,
such a good family.
I think that makes the series feel
more wholesome in a sense,
and like just more realistic because like obviously not everybody's gonna come from this.
He comes from a really rich family, and he could have gone pro. I'm not going to ruin the book for you, but he chose something that it just makes your heart feel so warm and fuzzy inside. That is the solidification for why. Like, this is my end all be all. This is one of my Roman empires, but I personally think that this is the book for out of all of the books. Like. Mm-hmm. I adore Dean for how he decided to take his career in the direction that he takes. But anyways, they go back and forth. They're kind of sleeping together. They're not talking about it. And then Allie has her heart not like broken again, but like her ex-boyfriend really hands it to her hard. And so she's crying and Hannah's like, what's wrong? And she's like, call Dean. That's the scene. It's in this book. They have a lot of scenes. Like, this is the most like quotable book. It truly is. So, and then she's like, Dean De Laurentiis, and she goes, yes. And so, like, he goes in and he just bypasses both of Garrett and Hannah to get to her, and it's the sweetest thing. Like, they don't have to overcome like hardly anything. They're just, they match each other so perfectly. And Allie's like in theater, like she's going to be an actress and stuff, and he doesn't get like overwhelmed or doubtful in their relationship with that. Like, there's even a part where it's like, would you show your boobs? And she's like, I mean, yeah, probably. And he's like, I mean, I'd pay to see them. So that's Dean. Like, you just love him so much. Okay.
This one is my least favorite. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. Like, I think these are all books are all like,
I think John Tucker deserved better.
Yeah, so Sabrina,
I'll let you take this one.
She's kind of mean. She's actually just like really mean, and you meet her in The Square, which is Dean and Allie's book, because Sabrina and Dean, they're academic rivals, and they just hate each other. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, that's the other thing about Dean. He's actually brilliant.
Yeah. So
like,
she's going to be a lawyer. I don't know how anybody you guys say it, but I'm from Russell County, and everybody kind of says lawyer, but whatever.
I was going to say attorney. So. Yeah. At law.
She's gonna do some law. They have a one-night stand, and she gets pregnant. And I don't know. I think that's kind of what threw me for this book, because I didn't feel like Sabrina, coming from her background, she kind of comes from a really rough family, a rough area, and she wants to do better with her life. So I kind of didn't.
But she's also just mean to be mean.
Yeah, so she's very much kind of like how...
Like a Nesta.
Like, yeah, like she doesn't try to do, like, better than what she's had. She just kind of lets that consume her.
Like a college Nesta.
John Tucker is probably my least favorite guy.
He's not my least favorite, but I feel like...
Because he's a mama's boy, and I hate that.
I feel like he suffered from the last book syndrome.
Yeah, that's fair. I just feel like he's a mama's boy.
He is.
Very much like his mom, I don't like her, and he's like, shit, we can't date. My mom doesn't like you. And I hate that. But... he does pretty good about stuff like that. And obviously, like, he is going to be closer to his mom because his dad's not in his life.
He can cook. He's a chef.
Yeah.
That's chef.
And he is a really wonderful boyfriend to her. She's very much like, I don't want you. I don't want this.
He treats her
he's
like
very
a
much
queen.
like, if you will let me, I will take care of you and the baby. So,
and he does. Like,
so sweet.
Like, she's a boss babe, but he is, like, he's just so precious. And I just feel like he suffered from last book syndrome. He's not my least favorite. John's is my least favorite. But there's just nothing that beats these two for me.
No, I think The Square might be my favorite.
Okay. This is the legacy. It's just like how everybody wants those bonus chapters before, like, going onto the website to have all the bonus chapters were, like, a big thing. So then she just gave you a whole little tiny book of 4 tiny novellas for each one of them. Which collectively...
I think it takes, like, 3 years later.
Yeah, so I love it because it still shows like who they are as a couple. And they're not all like, they're all happy endings, but like it still shows their flawed like characteristics in them. So I appreciate that part. Is that you get just the extra little bit that you want before she announced that she was doing like
Friar You?
No.
I don't know.
Like the Graham Effect and stuff, which aren't like...
Does that have a name?
I don't know if it has a name. If it does, I don't know it.
That my favorite book out of the whole like universe is in Friar You.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. I really like Summer. Dean's little sister.
That's not my favorite book. Jake Connolly.
I figured with Brenna.
Brenna is my... I would date Brenna.
I figured that would be your favorite.
I would turn for Brenna. Oh man, I would in a heartbeat. Like, in such a heartbeat, I would turn for Brenna. I literally said it on the live last night. Nobody's gonna steal a wife other than a woman. Like, that's just period. Like, that's just the way it is. Okay, so for our superlatives, is that how you say it? Superlatives.
So.
That's how I'm saying it.
I thought, like, I know we were gonna do awards, but I thought that was cute since they're like in college together.
Oh, I just went with it because that's what you named it. So I was just like, okay, well, that's what it is.
You know what I mean? No, because like you do that like when he graduates. I thought that was cute.
So me not questioning anything at all.
We communicate, but it's chaotic, and it's always through a notes app.
It's because we have so many conversations.
Yeah, we'll like be Snapchatting. We'll be having conversations on Instagram, and we'll be texting, and then we probably have like 1 or 2 notes.
And multiple conversations on Instagram because we have the Better Read Than Dead page, and sometimes she just sends shit there. You've read it. I don't know it's there because it shows red. So I can't see it because it's the same login. Anyways, We're gonna.
Look, that looks like black tea.
Yeah,
I don't know why
at
I'm
the
talking about
bottom.
tea so much.
Mine's just kind of pink now.
I blame it on Molly. I was giving her tea recommendations earlier. So that's all I've been thinking about.
Okay. Class clown. Who did you pick?
Dean.
Oh, I picked John Logan.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I feel like Dean is more like the class bad boy. But I touched this and I wanted to vomit, so.
Hey, why did we both get one?
I don't know, but I hadn't been touching it because it was on this side. But then I touched it. Wet paper, y'all. Makes me want to gag. I put John Logan because whenever you read it, he just does not care. And I think that's the other thing, too, is like, okay, since this isn't like we're doing not spoiler free, we're doing spoilers. Like, whenever he is with Grace, she doesn't finish. He at first he didn't really care, but then it ate him alive because Dean's like, what the hell are you doing with your life if the girl doesn't finish? Like, how bad are you at that? So in my eyes, like, John has like the nonchalantness,
just
for
like
a
that
house clown.
goofiness.
Yeah. That's bromance. There's only one answer.
Garrett and John Logan.
Yeah, like it is designed to only be one answer, and it's really funny because Logan low-key has a crush on Hannah like the whole time during the deal, and Garrett's
And it
like
kind of bleeds into the mistake too.
a little bit, yeah, until Hannah's like, get your head out of your ass. You actually don't want me. You just want what I have. That makes sense. That's understandable. But stop acting like it's me. And that's another reason. Like, Hannah is just top tier. Like, there's just nothing bad about Hannah.
She's
like,
basically like the team manager.
Yeah.
The hockey team.
For the entire group.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, best girlfriendship, there's still only one answer.
Hannah and Allie.
Hannah and Allie. I'll freaking love
I love how I'm not
Allie.
even like really looking at my notes. Like, I went to grab
Yeah.
them. Like, oh, I know.
Hannah and Allie. Allie is definitely the black cat, like the feisty one in the relationship, in that friendship, and Hannah's like more subdued. For example, like whenever they get ready to go on like their fake date to the party, and Garrett comes in there and he's like picking out her outfit, and Allie's like, oh, you look good in red. Like, I love Allie because she does not care. She picked up on that ASAP, and she's like, yeah, no, that's gonna happen. I hope you're
100%.
prepared. I hope you're prepared. Allie always looks after Hannah and vice versa. Like, even when Allie got sent to like the off-campus house to stay, they were all texting Dean and they were like, don't touch her. Like, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
But Hannah low-key seduced him. Not Hannah. Allie low-key seduced him. Technically,
she
Hannah
really
kind of
did.
did too.
She really did.
That's when Hannah
Poor
kisses. And she's like, she goes, was it bad? And Dean's like, no, nope. I think you're good. And so then that's also funny. Like, that just shows the friendship between Hannah and Allie, because obviously Allie knows that like Hannah kissed Dean, and she's like, he was a good kisser, wasn't he? So we love that. Cutest couple, I did not have an answer. Who did you
I
have?
put Grace and Logan because I just really like that ending scene when he calls the radio station that she works at, and he's like, man, I really need to get this girl back. What should I do? And then they had that little conversation.
I feel like if we're doing like cutest couple as in the most attractive couple, it's Allie and Dean.
Yeah, that's like the hottest couple.
Like the hottest couple. So that's where I was like, what definition of cute are we talking about?
I meant like cute. You know, like
So
cute.
I feel like it would have to be Logan and Grace as well. I also feel bad because Grace, I don't have any hate towards Grace.
I know, but she just wasn't a strong.
She just
character.
did not stand out to me. I think that's the only thing I put in here for Grace.
I don't think.
And even that,
Yeah.
I didn't even put an answer
Same.
down. And then I felt bad.
You
Because,
just put it in there because you're like, I will feel guilty if I don't.
because there really is nothing wrong with Grace. It's just, you can't compete with Allie and Hannah.
Mm-mm.
There's no competition. Most likely to succeed.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. I'll put it too.
100%.
She is a
She literally
total
was the
boss
hardest
babe.
with
Yeah.
being pregnant and having a baby.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
she's a total boss babe, but she's mean. Like, there's just
Which I
nothing gonna
guess like,
stop
it makes
her.
sense that she would be mean though, since she is going to be a lawyer.
Yeah,
So like she is cutthroat. So I just don't like that kind of character. But yeah,
I'm just having to like occasionally make sure my mic is still on. Yours is.
I didn't even think.
I know. Let's see. Biggest flirt.
Dean.
I put Dean at first, but then I started putting Dean for everything. So
Dean.
yeah, Yeah, so I put /GG Garrett Graham. So,
Okay.
Because he was
is.
a big flirt.
He really is.
Like,
Yeah.
he thought he was going to get Hannah just by saying that she could go.
Just by, like, breathing.
Yeah.
He's like, I have hockey in my veins. Love me. And she's like,
I'm a hockey captain. What else would you want?
She's like,
She's like, you're dumb. Like,
Leave
why
me
would I
alone.
want to date you? You need my help to pass.
Literally.
Life of the party, Dean. He literally will screw anything in front of anybody. Does not care.
Does not care.
Turns them on. Best dressed, also Dean. He comes from a really wealthy family.
So he just has the best clothes.
He's really, he does have the best clothes. Like, he loves fashion, actually. And he's chill with it. Like, he's just like, okay, cool.
He's secure in that.
Yeah. Okay, also with Dean we said that Dean was not broken. Dean actually has the most heartbreaking thing to happen in his book, and we just bypassed that entirely.
Do we even want to tell them, or do we want to keep
I'm not telling you what happens. I'm just going to tell you I cried. I cried. Like, it was unnecessary heartbreak.
And, like, that even bleeds into
oh gosh,
the goal. Sabrina's book.
And your book, The Chase. Because it's all his buddies. And that's why he does it.
Yeah,
because
so that's actually just going to trickle into the rest of the universe.
I just want to vomit.
I forgot about it. Like, he's rich and hot. He's having a great
I was sitting here
time.
thinking about fashion, and, like, then I was thinking about the weekend that they go up there, and they're on the couch and stuff, and he's like, can I join? And Dean's like, can he join? Now he's like, say goodnight to your friend, babe. He's like, good night. Like,
I forgot about that.
I'm just gonna cry now. I want to vomit.
I was actually having a really good day.
Okay, so Dean's book is actually, he's not broken, but he has the most heartbreaking thing to happen to him. I genuinely believe that. It'll ruin you. I want to vomit.
What is the next one?
Most quotable.
I would say either, are we going to do books or characters?
I did character.
Okay, so for a book, I would say The Score, but a character, probably Garrett.
Yeah, I like, if you go into my annotations or like my highlights, it's Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Hannah, but he has the most quotable lines.
Yeah.
Like he just has the best quotable lines. I just love Garrett with my whole heart. I'm just so happy we're doing this whole entire episode because I genuinely love Garrett with my whole heart. Like,
if Garrett Graham has no fans, Michaela is dead.
Yeah. Like, literally, when the off-campus series got announced to going into a series, I had 27 people send it to me. Because everybody knows how much I love Garrett Graham. Like, if that doesn't show that I am, like, Elle Kennedy's #1 fan, I don't know what does, honestly. Like, if you know me, I love Garrett Graham and I love Bad Honey. Those are the things. So most quotable, I would agree. The Score as a book, but Garrett Graham as a character, and that's what I did was character. Most popular, also Garrett Graham.
I put Dean.
Okay, I put Garrett because he's captain.
I put Dean because, like, throughout all the other books, like, he's man-whore.
Oh yeah, and he is, and he's okay with it.
So I guess more popular with women, Dean.
And then Allie's like, okay, great, you can be a man whore, and then I'm just going to sleep with you because I haven't had a whole lot of, other people. Yeah. And then he's like, no, I don't want to be one anymore. And she's like, no, you're going to be one. Like, she's that's like, who you are. That's the whole reason I'm sleeping with you. And he's like, no, it's not good enough. You're my girlfriend now. And she's like, no, I'm not. You can't just, like, that sound. The whole book. The sound is, you're my girlfriend. When did you can't just decide that? Yes, I did. You're my girlfriend now. That's the entire book.
Literally.
It's great. We love Dean so much. Most likely to be in a movie. There's only one answer.
Allie,
she
or
is.
Hannah. I feel like
Hannah could be
because she's a singer.
Hannah's incredibly talented,
but Allie for sure, just because.
And Hannah ends up working with like Oscar nominations and like all these other types of things. Like Hannah's incredibly successful, but she's so like subdued about it. I love Hannah. If I could be anybody in the series, it would probably be Hannah, just because I feel like she's the most solid out of all of them. I love her. She fits my personality the best, I guess. Most improved, I unfortunately gave this to John Logan.
I did too.
Only because the whole plot of his entire book
second chance
is improvement.
So, like, it has to be. Like,
I hate John Logan. I love his romance, but I hate him. Best to bring home to your parents. Oh, I didn't answer this one.
I put John Tucker.
Yeah, he would be my answer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, he's so precious. Like, he just is. He's really, and he's such a good dad. Like,
just a good boyfriend. Like, that's,
yeah.
I feel like that's the whole book is, like, him, like, basically screaming. I did that. No, that one's yours.
What did you do? Just to test me. She put it on there. Did you see my reaction? It is real.
Oh my god, it took me a
It is
minute.
real. If anybody ever thinks that I'm faking it, I looked at
You said ew, and I was like, what's going on? Oh.
what a jerk move.
I don't know how you didn't see me. I know they saw me or they didn't know what was going on. But I literally was just like,
No,
you were talking about Allie.
She put the paper
Indeed.
on there.
No, I feel like their whole book is literally him being like, let me love you. And she's like, And he's like, let me love you. You have my child. And she's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor John. That's just really it. It's poor John.
I know, like, I just felt
Justice
really bad
for John.
him. But then I was like, you're a mama's boy. I hate that.
Most athletic was hard. I put Garrett because he's captain.
Yeah.
And, like,
Is he the only one that goes on to play?
right. He's not the only one because he plays with John.
Oh, I forget.
Yeah. But I feel like he's the only one who's consistently, like, he still has, like, that group that gets put into, like, the Graham effect and, like, the camp and stuff like that. He runs a camp for, like,
Just like he grew up around it, too.
yeah, so I feel like, yeah, his dad is just disgusting.
But he was a hockey star.
Yeah, so Garrett Graham is, I think, most athletic. I think he puts in the most work, and he genuinely
100%.
does.
Yeah.
Best eyes.
Dean.
Yeah.
Literally, it's all Dean.
You love Dean. I'm telling you right now, in my personal opinion, you can read the first and third book, and you'd be
Don't
set.
have to read the rest.
You don't have to read the rest. But I love this series as a whole. In the second one, The Briar you can read the first two.
I think that's all I read.
Yeah, you can read the first
That's all I
two.
read. Because I really like those characters.
I just feel like
I don't even know who the other people are.
Davenport.
But he
was done dirty, dude. He was done dirty. It's kind of like when you watch The Office and they ruin Andy. It's the same same effect. Like, it is. Like, because you adore him in The Chase. And he was done dirty in The Chase, too. He really was. Your girl did him dirty. Not my girl, her girl.
I like her.
I love her. She is a chaotic Barbie.
She is Dean's little sister.
This is really
True,
funny
true.
because she is Summer and I'm 100% Brenna. That's my favorite female friendship out of all of Elle Kennedy's.
Yeah.
Is them two. 100%.
Oh, guys, we're gonna have to. Man, I'm gonna have to read the rest of Briar so we can do it.
Yeah, you do need to. Okay, those were the superlatives for sure. We only did 32. We did good on this one.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. I'm super proud of us. Okay,
It's like we
so
finally know how
got
to
a
do
groove.
it.
This is also the first take, and our mics are still on.
Yeah.
So, look at something bad is going to happen today.
Stop. Don't say that. Please don't say that.
To me, not her. I'll take it.
No, don't say that either. You got new tires. Nothing can happen.
I did get new tires. I just dropped over $400 on my tires. I'm just going to cry.
Well, did you get all new tires?
Yeah.
Well, then look at you.
But then they didn't make sure my pressure was the same. So I have one that's at 42, one's at 38, one's at 37, and one's at 41. So fun fact about me that you don't care, and you're going to be like, that's not a fun fact, that's actually weird as fuck, is that I keep my tire pressure on my dashboard menu because I like to know my tires are okay, and I watch them even out because I want them to all be the same pressure. And my husband's like, why are your tires all the same pressure? Do you do that? And I was like, no, but I keep an eye on it, and I think that they like it when I do that, so they even out for me. And he's like, that's not...
I don't, but if that gives you peace of mind.
So, I don't know. I think I know I have mental illness, so I'm actually diagnosed with a lot of mental illnesses.
Put my phone right here. You guys can't see it. Right there.
I do and watch TV sometimes.
That's what I do.
When I drive. We don't actually do that to our husbands. Like, if they're watching this, no.
No, Ryan knows.
Ralphie knows too, and he yells at me all
Ryan
the
might
time.
have Life 360, and he'll be like, Bethany completed a top speed of 97 miles. And he's like, the speed limit was 70, and I'm like, that's a suggestion.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. All is well. Okay, so this month we'll have this episode. It is one of our favorite months. We'll have this episode, and then we have several indie views still. So we have indie views lined up for this coming up weekend, and we have indie views for not next weekend because we're going to a signing together. Authors in the Bluegrass.
Yeah, we are.
Yep, that's when we're going to go
I
meet.
have my tickets.
Monty J and Penelope Douglas and Maren Moore. Specifically those three. There's like actually like 50 people that are going to be there, and it feels like it's going to be chaotic, and now I have anxiety thinking about it because apparently there's wristbanded authors, and then you have to wait for like a number to be called, and
yeah, I just figured we'd get in line.
I don't really know how it's going to work, but it'll be fine. Okay. We'll tell you our experience. We might do a mini episode and tell you our experience. We might not. Don't hold us to that. We're definitely going to do a Halloween episode. We're definitely going to do a Halloween episode where we will recap our book club month book, which is Phantasma. So even if you missed the joining in for the book club, feel free to read it and then follow along with our review for that at the end of the month.
I mean, I know we're going to drop this before then, so like if you're watching this and you are reading it and you want to read it, just DM us, one of us, or the Bookstagram page. No, the podcast page.
Yes.
And we'll add you in our group chat.
It just grew.
No, I literally added somebody this morning.
I know, I saw that. And I was just like, okay, well, we're going to have another person. Yay. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so it's fun.
And so that's our first book club that we've ever done. We're excited for it. It should be a really fun book for sure. It's like Danny Phantom coded, apparently. We keep saying that and then watch it actually not be.
I think it's just that he's a phantom.
It'll be fine. We'll make it Danny Phantom coded somehow, one way or another. We will make that happen. So that's kind of the goalpost for this month. Is we have like Monty J coming up for an indie view, Jesse Hall, Aubrey, and Rowan for The Manor on Orchid Lane, which is actually such a perfectly like spooky book. Like,
it really is.
It's so spooky season coded. It's incredible. If you've watched Supernatural,
it's like spicy Monster House.
Yeah, if you watch,
I feel bad for saying that because that's a children's movie.
It's fine. We all grow up.
Wrong.
We all grow up. It's fine. So if you've watched Supernatural, you'll appreciate how it's Supernatural coded, but also like there's like a narrator / house POV in it. And that's really fun. That's something new that I've never seen in a book before. So it gives that really like dark undertone setting. Like it keeps it consistent throughout the book. So it's just really well done. And it's so perfect for spooky season. So I'm really excited for that one to be released. I'm sure we'll drop this beforehand.
She's got red hair, so you should read it.
Yes.
And they don't call her Red.
And they don't call her Red.
So you should read.
It's great. You also have a like dominating nerd who's like fully tatted. Ooh, we love Clay. Gosh, we love Clay so much. He's got the whole like atta girl and that's my girl, and it's always those. And we do love Wesley. Don't get me wrong. We do love Wesley. It's just he just does not have as many quotable moments.
He seems more standoffish.
Yeah, he just does not have as many quotable moments. But Cohen is a precious baby. No slander is accepted on Cohen ever. Protect him at all costs. He gives me very big like Kenji vibes.
Ooh, yeah.
Aubrey always has a like Kenji vibe character.
Has she read Shatter Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We love Warner, love him, but she always has like a Kenji / Styles coded character, which is the love of my life, basically. Yeah. So it's okay. Manor on Orchid Lane comes out October 13th, which is not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday. I know this episode will drop before then. So October 13th, get ready to pre-order it. And it's so pretty. It's like purple, like a dark lavender plum purple, and then like greens, and it's just really pretty. Like it's a perfect spooky book. Like your shelf needs to be decorated with it. And your mind needs to be blessed with it, basically. Mm-hmm. Or ears if you do audiobooks. I struggle with them.
Are they doing it on audio?
I'm just kidding, maybe not. Well, you can have it like read to you through like Siri or something like that. She's like, sometimes my husband reads my books to me because
you're like, I'm too tired. Or I'll be like taking a shower. I'm like, will you please come in here and read to me? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, wow.
That's so sweet. I honestly should make Ralphie do it because he does voices so well.
Yeah.
He really would do a fantastic job.
Or Siri, yeah.
Or Siri, yes. There's all kinds of ways to be able to do that. We have to quit saying that because it's probably going to like make her come up on my phone.
I
didn't think about that either. And then indie views, we have Monty J. Oh! We have Aveline, I still don't know how to pronounce. I'm going to make her tell me. Night, coming up at the end of this month as well. She wrote Goldson. Yeah, because she lives in Italy, so it has to be at noon on a Saturday. She's incredible. Like I need everybody in my life to read this book. I have begged repeatedly, and I feel very unloved and unwanted by everybody in my life because you haven't read it. So this is me calling you out.
I'm reading Zodiac Academy.
So hardcore.
I'm reading Zodiac
Somebody
Academy.
read
I can't help
this
it.
effing book for me. Also, we'll have Sarah Bailey next week as well, for the lady who wrote Heathen and Honeysuckle and Wicked and Wildflower. If you have not read Wicked and Wildflower yet, I started it this morning, and it starts off spicy. Like, it starts off with like no punches held back at all. Like, there's nothing held back. I freaking love Sarah Bailey with my whole entire heart. She's incredible. She's so freaking good. So we have some, big hitters, like heavy hitters for our indie views, and they're super exciting. But yeah, anything else? Recap?
Oh, we'll be in costumes our next episode, but we're not telling you.
Bethany picked them out. So it'll be cute.
Well, the only other idea I had was Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And Ryan was like, neither one of you are going to want to do that. And I was like, Dumb and Dumber. And he was like, why would no?
Me and Ryan are basically like the same person in a lot of senses.
Yesterday, you guys both sent me the same thing.
Yeah. And so we just kind of low-key take up for each other without like actively trying to take up for each other. Yeah. We just do it. So much love for you, Ryan. And also poor Ryan for having to put up with
likes it.
He loves
somehow.
It. He loves you with his whole heart. But that is it. That is what we have. So if you are an indie author and you would like to come on to the Indie View segment, then just shoot us a message. Let us know. And then if you have any suggestions or any what is it when people request for us, for like a series or a book that you would like for us to do on our podcast, also let us know. Other than that, I hope
it's kind of hard to come up with ideas all the time.
It is really hard because we have our main accounts and we have this account, and we're just always doing stuff.
Our minds are always just going.
Yes. So it's Wednesday. It's the day that we're filming this. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week for whenever you do watch this, and the best day ever, and that it's spooky season. So all else just gets told fuck it, and you're amazing, and your life is great. And that's what our advice is. So yeah, much love.